Thank you. John, more on you in a minute, but I was sitting there beside Craig looking up, Rick, at what's behind us, wondering if someone wanders through here looking for ketchup, what are we going to do here? You got to let them in here. You got to make some money while we're... They were trying. Okay. So this is if you're out there and you want to buy some ketchup, you're still welcome to come on up. John, I cannot thank you enough for your words and for your leadership. We go way back. I was going to use the word long-standing, which I think is a much better implying that you and I were both in our 80s, at which point we may want to run for president. Well, that's right. But it's great to be back with you. I don't know where Carol is, but she runs there you are, right there. You guys run a tight ship in this town. You are deserving of any of the help that comes your way from the likes of Craig and me, and it's always an incredible honor to be here. Rick, to you and your family, the Sakers are also long-standing. I'll use that as a better phrase. Your dad and mom, Richard and Laura, go way back with my wife and me. So to you and your colleagues and the UFCW team who are always here, it's an honor to be back in one of your stores. Before I acknowledge others, I have to say that this is my second event in Middlesex County today. And it's the first time I've been in the county since the murder of Eunice Dwumfor, the blessed councilwoman from Sayreville, also in your and Yvonne's district as well. Just an awful tragedy. And I'd ask you to keep her memory and her family in your prayers. I spoke to her mom and dad the other night, which you can only imagine what they're going through. In a rare, because we can't find any other example of when we've done this for a member of council, but we have done it for Eunice today up and down the state of New Jersey as her memorial is tonight in Sayreville. Our flags are at half staff in her memory and in her honor. So please keep her in your prayers. And by the way, to go halfway around the world, we are in many measures the most diverse American state, and that includes a whole lot of folks who have Turkey or Syrian origin. Please keep those tens of thousands of people in your prayers. We're communicating, in the Turkish case at least, with the highest levels of their representation in the United States, trying to figure out ways that New Jersey can be helpful. In fact, I just literally got off a call as I walked in here. If you want to donate, we've been asked a lot. If you want to donate, how can you do it? I'll give you two websites, donate.unhcr.org. Again, that's donate.unhcr.org or ri.org. That's Rescue International, in case you're wondering, ri.org. Please also keep them in your prayers. Again, John, thank you for hosting us. It's great to be back. You've already said a lot about Craig Coughlin. He is an extraordinary partner in government and has been now. We're in the early days of year 6 working together, and food insecurity. Things like what we're doing today on SNAP, addressing food deserts, making sure our kids and their families have the meals, John, as you mentioned, that have both a breakfast and lunch. He's been transformative in that respect. And it takes a village. He can't do that alone. We've also got from the Senate side the extraordinary majority leader, Senator Teresa Ruiz, with us. She has been right by his side as a passionate advocate for those in need. It's great to have her in from Essex County. We have from the Assembly right behind, they've got your back, Angela McKnight and Yvonne Lopez. We're in her backyard. Great to have you ladies with us. We've got from our administration, our Human Services Commissioner, the outstanding Sarah Edelman. This is the second event she and I have done together today in Middlesex County. To her right, we've got Mark Dingleson, who is the director of the Office of Food Security Advocate. And it's not like I'm the 56th governor. It's not, Mark's the first person to ever hold that position in the great state of New Jersey. Commissioner Director Ron Rios, I do what I'm told by Ron when I'm in Middlesex County and frankly beyond. Clarabelle Cortez, the outstanding surrogate. Nancy Pinkin, dear friend, clerk here in Middlesex County. And to all of the food security advocates, representatives from the New Jersey Food Council, and each and every one of you who are with us today. In a few weeks, federal pandemic era SNAP emergency funding will end, leaving a significant gap in many families' weekly budget and putting thousands of New Jersey families at risk of becoming food insecure. And while it is true, I'm going to knock on wood here, that we have emerged, at least to a great extent, on the other side of the pandemic, and we're now living really in an endemic, the rising cost of feeding a family remains a major expense and significant concern. In November, I was thrilled to share that our budget would include $85 million in direct funding to support our state's largest food banks. That effort, again, Craig and Teresa were by my side. That effort was coupled with several other initiatives aimed at ensuring New Jerseyans have enough to eat, including expanding access to free and nutritious school breakfasts and lunches, as we've already discussed, for thousands of New Jersey school children. At the time, I shared my belief that after coming together to overcome the pandemic, there could be no greater common purpose than ensuring that every member of our New Jersey family has enough to eat, that no child goes to school hungry, that no parent goes to work hungry, and that no community lacks access to fresh and nutritious food. That common purpose has brought us together again today. To that end, in a few minutes, I will sign legislation to increase the monthly benefit under the state SNAP minimum benefits program from $50 a month to $95 a month. This increase will help cushion the reduction that thousands of families will see when the federal emergency allotment ends at the end of this month. And the increase will continue to support those families most in need. Each family's monthly allotment is dependent upon household size and income, but this legislation ensures that every family eligible for SNAP will receive at least $95 in benefits. This nearly doubles the minimum state SNAP benefit for every participating family and makes New Jersey the first state, and I believe the only state in the nation, to set an across-the-board minimum benefits. Yeah. Amen. Shamelessly fishing for applause. But there are some states that have, if you're in a certain category, you are guaranteed a minimum benefit. There are no states other than New Jersey, in a few minutes, that will offer the minimum to every eligible family. There is no doubt that families are still recovering from the challenges of the past several years. Many families who were never before in need of state benefits found themselves in a position where they needed a little or maybe even more extra help. I'm proud to take this step in our continuing efforts to ensure that no family in New Jersey need worry about putting dinner on the table. And I'm incredibly grateful to all those who worked to make this funding happen. And again, I want to recognize especially the speaker, who we'll hear from in a moment. Craig Coughlin has been a champion pushing back on food insecurity in this state for all of his days in public service. Again, I also want to thank, in his chamber, Angela and Yvonne. A big shout out to the majority leader in the Senate, Teresa, who we'll hear from in a minute, and to all of their colleagues. So Craig, we're here today in your backyard because of your persistent advocacy and dedication to this issue. Your son is here. Your First Lady Tish is with us. God bless you. Please help me welcome the Speaker of the General Assembly and a great leader, Craig Coughlin. They say in Hollywood, it's a wrap. I'm going to walk over here and sign this. Rick, I want to thank you again for hosting us. Craig and I have agreed, I now realize what's going on here, to stay back after class and take the stickers off all of your signs. With that, let's go. This, of course, I can't see a thing, so I'll pretend I can see this. I'll put my glasses on. Thank you. Okay, thumbs up. Yeah, okay, don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, so this is Assembly Bill number 5086. The sponsors, many sponsors, but 3 of them are with us today. Craig Coughlin, Angela McKnight, Yvonne Lopez. Bless you. 4 of them, Teresa Ruiz in the Senate. And the synopsis is increases minimum monthly benefit under the state SNAP minimum benefit program for $50 to $95 and authorizes DHS, which is Sarah's operation, to increase program benefit amount. Simple, straightforward, transformative. With that, first pen goes to our host mayor, John McCormick. Mac Thanks for hosting us.
If you don't mind, Governor, I'd like to pass this along to Peter Barcelona, who is the conscience of food insecurity in Woodbridge. And
Peter, come on up. Well done, Peter. Stay up and hang out with us. The man to my right, the Speaker of the General Assembly, Woodbridge's own Craig Coughlin. Senate Majority Leader, Senator Teresa Ruiz. Commissioner Sarah Edelman. These are not Bic pens, these are the real Phil Murphy pens, in case you're out there watching. Mark Dingleson, the Director of the Office of Food Security Advocacy. Assemblywoman Angela McKnight, all the way in from Hudson County. Assemblywoman right here, we're in her backyard, Yvonne Lopez. Yvonne. We're going to give this in absentia. Where are you, Martel? We're going to give this one to Assemblywoman Annette Quijano. Let's give it for Annette. We're rounding third and heading home. Representing the New Jersey Food Council, its President and CEO, Linda Doherty. Linda, great to have you. Congratulations. Eighth? Still the eighth. Director of Advocacy for AARP New Jersey. We do a lot with her. Ed Liebman. Ed, great to have you. And last but not least, the Senior Director of Policy and Advocacy at the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, Adele LaTourette. Well done. With that, it is still a wrap, right? This is, and Mark said it best, this is a historic day. This is the law of the land. Hold on. Much better.
Right here, please.
Thank you, everybody.